So, it is my privilege. It's actually wonderful to get to know more entrepreneurs of faith. And I have a sister here who's going to introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she does. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm Dr. Ngonzi Truth Crushshon, known as Dr. Truth, from Chicago, and moved to Atlanta about 6 years ago. I run a private practice for mental health, and so I work with children ages 3 all the way up to adults or seniors, 99, 100, however old you are, couples and families, and I specialize in trauma and grief.
Okay. Okay. Now, if I understand correctly, did you just expand a little bit, or you're creating something special? Can you say a little bit of something about that?
Oh, he's trying to get the cat out the bag. We didn't even lunch yet. Okay, so I just earned a certification in transformational coaching. So I will be doing more in-depth work with especially black women and everybody attached to a black woman. So their children, their mate, everything like that, as far as forgiveness and healing work. So not just talking about it, actually doing it. And my dad is a pastor, and he was in the Army. So since we talk about veterans, he was a chaplain in the Army. And so I guess I got that training from him. So a great while before day, praying, reading the Bible, affirming, meditating. And prayer is not just talking to God, it's actually listening to God and heeding what God said to do, so that we're operating in God's will.
Now, when I think of therapists, people who help, I always wonder, do you have to be in person to help somebody? Or with this new stuff online and all that kind of stuff, can you really be effective online?
So yes, well, I mean, we have to, right? So if we're talking about military, if we're talking about other people that we cannot reach sometimes, if they're not in our same city or state, traffic in Atlanta. So if you're in Norcross or if you're in Gwinnett, you're not coming to Druid Hills where I am, right? So, and especially during COVID and even after COVID, even some of the clients that initially would prefer in person, it makes it more convenient sometimes to do it from their home or sometimes from their car or from their job in their parking lot. And so I think if the empathy is still there, the trust is still there, and the rapport is still there, then you can still do some work, some healing work with your clients.
Well, as those who might be listening can get to a little glimpse, I really have this question. Like, it's not funny.
Okay.
Because in my community, in the black community, do you see a change? Are things trending so that more black people will actually reach out to get help? Or are people still kind of hiding?
I think that a lot of stigmas have been, I don't want to say broken, but kind of broken with this generation. Is different. Therapy is different now. With COVID now, they have so much access. Now they want to do better help and text a therapist any time of day. That's not really therapy to me, but at least they're reaching and seeking for help, and they have somebody to ask for help. There's so many support groups now, online groups, group therapy. It's so many different dynamics, and people are actually searching for healing. I think we're getting more media attention on mental health. Taraji P. Henson has a foundation. They have so many foundations for people that need some more, like insurance sometimes pays a certain amount, and then, we need something as a buffer, or sometimes insurance only pays for a certain number of sessions, or you can get EAP through your job, but it's still only a certain number of sessions. And so we know that we're underinsured, sometimes underdiagnosed, overdiagnosed, or not diagnosed. So we also do testing as well to help people get the right diagnoses, and then we can treat. I'm working with adoptive families right now, who some have never been diagnosed correctly, so they're receiving all of these treatments and medication for ADHD, but they have trauma. And trauma and ADHD symptoms looks very similar. So you can be misdiagnosed, or you can have ADHD and trauma.
Well, I don't know if I'm deep diving with this question, but with the training, uh, how much spiritual, how much biblical go into your helping people heal? I'm just wondering.
My training from my school, zero. My training from my daddy, from my church, from my own seeking out that lane is different. And that's why I'm now moving into healing and forgiveness work, because you can't leave out. So it's always like a triangle. So mind, body, soul. And traditional psychology is the medical model. So it's based on you are sick. So I don't believe that anymore. I believe in kind of like new thought teaching, and we are whole. We come from wholeness and we get back to wholeness. And so sometimes my families and my clients may say, Dr. Truth, you saved me. I'm not your savior. I empower you to restore yourself to wholeness.
All right, that's real good. I'll tell you what. If somebody wanted to get in contact with, how would they do?
Dr. Truth. I am Dr. Truth on almost every social media. I am Dr. Truth on Instagram. I am Dr. Truth Coaching on Instagram, or drtruthandassociates.com, and 501-500-4673, which is hope.
All right. Let's
All
give her a hand. Dr. Truth. Thank you. Thank you. All right.